Now on Up North Live News at 6. What the Charlevoix community is doing to support members of the school golf team involved in a deadly crash. An emotional day in a Grand Traverse County courtroom as victims of a crash describe the impact it's had on their lives. Plus, a well-known trail in Michigan's Upper Peninsula is closed tonight. What caused the damage that shut it down? And a look at a popular event inside the John Ball Zoo. Come with us as we explore Michigan.
This is Up North Live News at 6 on 7 and 4.
This afternoon, a Grand Traverse County woman was sentenced to serve at least a year and a half behind bars. A jury found Abigail Sears-Batowski guilty in March for operating under the influence causing serious injury. The case goes back to a 2023 crash where Sears-Batowski pulled out and hit another vehicle that had the right-of-way. Our Allie Baxter was in the courtroom. She joins us live now from the Content Center. And Allie, you just got back from that sentencing.
Yeah, Maya, there's a lot to unpack from that 2-hour sentencing as the people in that other vehicle described how this crash has left a lasting impact on them. With their family behind them, Christine Majira and her son Nicholas detailed that August 2023 crash, explaining they were just trying to get ice cream as a family at Moomer's up the road. Mom and son are both still recovering from their injuries and learning how to live with them.
You almost killed me. You made my mother say goodbye to me, because some of the best child surgeons in the country thought I was going to die. You made me forget 18 hours of my life.
But the lack of accountability, remorse, or compassion from the defendant is despicable. That is one of the most concerning aspects of this situation. She was never honest about what happened. She never took accountability. She told others that she was not drinking that night. It has only made it more difficult for me, my family, and our friends to go through.
Circuit Court Judge Charles Hamlin said he agreed that he didn't believe Sears-Batowski had taken responsibility for her actions the night of the crash. Again, there's a lot that happened at this sentencing this afternoon. We'll have a full recap of what happened tonight at 11. Live in the Content Center, Allie Baxter, back to you.
Raiders Strong, that's the rally cry as schools within the Charlevoix-Emmett Intermediate School District come together to support the Charlevoix varsity golf team. Raider Strong Day will be held on Friday. Students are being asked to wear Raider maroon ribbons along with Charlevoix apparel and create signs and posters to show support. The golf team's van was struck head-on last weekend on M115 in Benzie County, and it left a coach and golfers injured.
People want to do something, but they're not sure what. And so I think this hopefully gives people at least one way to show the Charlevoix student body, in particular, obviously the golf team, how much support is out there in northern Michigan and actually across the entire state.
And Castle Farms in Charlevoix County hosting a fundraiser to support the Charlevoix golf team and their families affected by the recent accident. There will be a dinner and silent auction held Tuesday, May 13th from 4 to 6 p.m. Castle Farms says all proceeds will go directly to the families impacted.
Reed City Area Public Schools has an $88.1 million bond on the upcoming May ballot. Up North Live's Audrey Boucher talked to the school superintendent about what the money could be used for and spoke with those against it.
Superintendent Michael Sweet says the bond will be used for much needed safety and infrastructure upgrades.
The biggest thing, right, I go to safety, all right? So at our middle school, we do not have a secure entrance. When you enter the middle school, you come in and you have access immediately to the rest of the building. You don't have to go through an office.
The plan includes a secure vestibule, new sidewalks and crosswalks, and a safer student pickup and drop-off area. Existing spaces like the library would be repurposed for new middle and high school offices, and the current gym would become a new auditorium.
So part of this proposal would be to repurpose different areas in the building. So we'd repurpose the current high school cafeteria into a new band room, and then we would take the existing gymnasium and repurpose it and renovate it into a 600-seat auditorium. But in order to do that, right, you have to build a new gym too. So we build a new gym, which would increase some of our athletic capabilities.
The bond would also fund a new HVAC system, windows, and roofing at GT Norman Elementary. Sweet says it's been nearly 20 years since the district made major upgrades and is needed to help Reed City schools compete through school of choice.
It's very important to continue to be competitive with other area districts. Cadillac's investing in their school system, right? They just went through a series of renovations and some big repurposing of areas. They added on to their cafeteria and bits in their high school. Big Rapids has made some major athletic upgrades and other pieces in recent years. Reed City just hasn't done that.
Superintendent Sweet says if the bond is approved, it equates to about $4.50 per $1,000 of taxable value.
My honest thoughts are it's too much money, and the things that they want to spend a lot of the money on are not necessary.
Lang says she'd rather see the school focus on improving curriculum instead of upgrading the infrastructure.
Reed City School District's proficiency levels, from what I found put out by the Michigan Department of Education in every subject, is below 40%. So I think there needs to be more of a focus, maybe not so much on the extracurricular, but about the core education that our students are receiving. Some of the things I completely understand, but they put everything into one big package, and it doesn't seem feasible.
In Reed City, Audrey Boucher, UpNorthLive News.
And for more information about the bond, we'll have a link to Reed City Schools' website on our website, UpNorthLive.com.
Michigan Department of Natural Resources will lower water levels at Big Creek Impoundment in Crawford County to investigate structural issues with the dam. The impoundment is 97 acres and surrounded by state-managed land. DNR says it identified significant structural issues with the dam riser structure and head wall during a routine inspection. They say lowering the water level will allow for a more thorough inspection to determine the extent of the damage. DNR says the water level will be drawn down to the original creek levels, which is about 17 feet below the current impoundment water level. The drawdown will occur gradually, lowering the water level by no more than 12 inches per week. DNR says the drawdown will begin this spring and will conclude no later than October 1st.
Out of the Upper Peninsula, where we're learning, the Munising Falls Trail at Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is closed until further notice. Take a look at this picture. It's after a roughly 75-foot section was washed out from heavy rainfall and seasonal snowmelt. Park staff said there is currently no safe access point to view Munising Falls. Right now, staff said travel in the area is strictly prohibited to protect both visitor safety and sensitive natural resources.
Making news around the state, House Republicans voted today to change to a zoning authority when it comes to large-scale green energy projects, including solar. With a vote of 58 to 48, the House bill gives approval on those projects back to local governments. Under a 2023 law, the state had the final say. The law passed when the House was still under Democratic control and drafted in response to fierce local pushback tied to major projects, arguing that it's a big obstacle preventing the state from hitting its energy goals. The plan now moves to the Senate for further consideration. We'll be talking live to Representative Parker Fairbairn about the bill tonight at 6:30 on Unscripted on ABC 29 and 8.
The annual Grand Rapids Lantern Festival is underway at the John Ball Zoo. And this week, Exploring Michigan, we show you the stunning new scenes and the interactive art coming up.
After a dry day today, more rain on the way in. A look at how much and a look ahead toward the weekend, too, after the break.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.